welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. And today I want to welcome back to the Daily Dose Radio family John Mason Neal. I'm going to read a little excerpt from his commentary on Psalm 123 here in just a minute. We are in verse 4. This is the last verse of Psalm 123, and it gives us the reason why he's praying. We have his prayer in verse 3, and I kind of alluded to this yesterday. Actually, I did a little bit more than allude to it. But his reason for praying the prayer, filled with contempt, he's going to explain that here in verse 4. So this is the reason why he's praying. On the road to the heavenly Jerusalem, in our travelogue, he tells us about being filled with contempt and where that comes from. So let me read for you verse 4 of Psalm 123. Our soul is exceedingly filled with the scorning of those that are at ease, and with the contempt of the proud. This, again, as I said yesterday, is part of the Christian experience. It is what we do. It's what we have to deal with. The contempt that comes at us because of the wicked in the world, the proud, the haters, the scorners, the foolish, and so forth. That's one reason. But notice here he gives us something else. Our soul is exceedingly filled with the scorning of those that are at ease. You remember what the prophet said. Woe to those who are at ease in Zion. We need to be careful about this. Wealth and riches and prosperity, physical, material prosperity, does not always equate to a deep and abiding spirituality. And that is where I would like to bring in Dr. Neal. He says this, for men of a devout and contemplative temper have no care either to win or to retain earthly riches, and are thus for the most part poor, and are looked down on as dreamy and unpractical by pushing, busy, money-making men, thus incurring the scornful reproof of the wealthy. And as in like manner they have no ambition to attain rank and dignity. They move for the most part in obscure spheres, and are humble and peaceable, whence they are subject to the despitefulness of the proud, who condemn them as sluggish and feeble, and as poor in spirit, not considering that this last reproach is in truth their title deed to the kingdom of heaven. That is so true. And he makes a really good point here. There are Christians are considered unpractical by pushy, busy, money-making men. And unfortunately, the pragmatists and the money-making men have invaded pulpits in America. And so people who don't look to the pragmatism and the wealth of the age as a sign of spiritual gain are condemned, and they're looked down upon, and they're marginalized. So this is happening even in our age. Being exceedingly filled with the scorning of those that are at ease, we need to be careful of that, and with the contempt of the proud. The proud man will look at the Christian and say, you're not doing enough, you're not big enough, you're not strong enough, you don't have enough rank, you don't have enough wealth, you don't have enough standing. And this has caused, there to be good old boy clubs in the church. That should never have happened. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that men of rank gather together to exclude men of holiness. That should never be the case. But unfortunately, that's where we are, and apparently that's a part of our travel to the celestial city. We have to deal with those who are at ease. We have to deal with the contempt of the proud. So, exceedingly filled with the scorning, yes, that's his experience, and I would propose that is our experience as well. I hope you've enjoyed Psalm 123. I sure have. It's been a beautiful expression, and next time we'll be in Psalm 124 as we continue in our travel log to the celestial city. Join me then on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.